What happens to your book of shadows once you have died? Me personally, I plan to be cremated. So my book of shadows is going to be burned with my body. You have to decide before you die, and you should include it in your will, what happens to your book of shadows after your life has passed away. You can either donate it to a coven, you can pass it down to a close friend or a family member that wants to, carry on the craft, or a friend, a trusted friend that wants to learn the craft from a experienced witch that has lived a long and rich life. You can have it buried with you. You can have it completely destroyed. And I also suggest that you include it in your will, so your wishes are respected concerning it. Your book of shadows is the most important item on your altar. Your book of shadows contains all of your magical workings, everything in witchcraft that you have done throughout your entire life. It's your entire life in the supernatural world. You know that witches live with 1 foot in the natural world and 1 foot in the supernatural world. We are never in completely one world or the other. But you should give serious consideration for what you do with your book of shadows when your life has come to an end. I do not suggest that you just throw it in the garbage. You don't want to throw something so sacred in the trash, because anybody who's psycho can get a hold of it and use it for malicious purposes. I feel like when you throw your book of shadows in the garbage, it's like your magical life meant nothing. You got nothing out of it, and your entire time in the supernatural was a waste of time. But again, it is your choice, but you do not want your book of shadows loose in the world when anybody can do anything evil. Even if you were not an evil witch when you were alive, those spells, rituals in that book can be used for evil purposes. Remember what I always say. It's all about intention. If somebody's intentions are evil, they're going to use those spells for evil. Now you might be saying, well, I don't care because I'm not alive. Anyway, let me tell you something. When you go to Summerland, which is the witch's afterlife, you're going to have to answer to that. You're going to have to answer to why did you not properly dispose of this sacred magical tool? Why did you leave this sacred magical tool loose in the world? Oh yes, you are going to be asked that question, and you had better have a damn good answer. Your book of shadows is the most important tool on your altar. It is sacred. The book of shadows is our Bible. It is our Bible, and it must be treated as such. You must give serious consideration to what you want to do with it before you leave this life.